Hello, loyal Tube viewers. I'm Oded Grober. Welcome. I'm sitting in for Jason, but the show will still be good. Here's what we're going to be talking about. Internet crowdfunding tries to bail out bankrupt Greece. Finally, Apple Music is available to consumers. What's the deal? Mark Zuckerberg brags about artificial intelligence on Facebook. Financially troubled Sony seeks crowdfunding for future projects. And Japan and the US are about to embark on a giant robot war, and more. Let's go. As you probably heard elsewhere, Greece is not doing well financially at the moment, to put it mildly, but not all is lost. Luckily, some good folks on the web are trying to help bail Greece out in a manner that the internet loves best, a crowdfunding campaign. The Indiegogo campaign was started by Briton Tom Finney, trying to raise the 1.6 billion euro bailout cash, and naturally the web went berserk. There's been so much interest that Indiegogo's servers were overloaded, and the website has been up and down since yesterday. It's worth noting that until Indiegogo went down, the project managed to raise an astonishing 600,000 euros. It's not 1.6 billion, but it does show the power of a well-timed crowdfunding campaign. Anyway, Greece, don't get your hopes up. And now it's showtime. Apple's long-awaited streaming service, Apple Music, was finally launched yesterday. And what's the verdict? Well, it is complicated. Some praise it for being simple to use and accessible. Others have harsh criticism on sound quality and personalized recommendations. We'll discuss all the nuts and bolts right after we check out Apple's promo for the service. Let's play. Our correspondent Shai Ringel is in the studio to tell us all about Apple Music, if it's any good. Hi, Shai.
Hi.
What's the... I mean, we waited and waited. We heard so much about it. What do you think?
The fuss is about Apple having their own streaming service, which is huge because now you need to update your iOS on your iPhone, which means you already have the app on your phone. And this could go to huge crowds. Who doesn't? A lot of people don't know streaming services yet. You know, I can download Spotify, but only a couple of millions have
so far, right?
Yeah. So Apple has a big chance of reinventing the streaming service altogether. They just did it in a push of a button. I already have the app on my phone. So
other than its availability, which is a huge deal, no question about it, what new things, if any, does it bring to the table?
There are some new things. There are some old things. It does copycat most services. Of course, it's supposed to. Spotify.
It is about listening to music.
Yeah, and Spotify already set the tone here for many years now. So Apple needed to, get into the business somehow. But when you connect to the Apple Music service, you get all those bubbles
of genres.
Genres you need to pick. You need to pick which one do you like more or less.
No innovation there, because we've seen that with Beats Music.
Exactly.
I think they purchased.
They took the Beats operating system and put it right as it is into the Apple Music. So there's no innovation there. Curation is the big word here. And it's not machines curation, it's editors. They have real flesh and blood music editors that will pick songs especially for you.
Wow.
Yeah, not especially for you
not
dead,
okay.
but for people who like this and this and this and this, and also they'll have top charts. And I think that they also have a radio station, the Beats radio station. And they put a lot of effort there. So
now they are bringing something new for users who want to like follow a specific artist.
Yeah, there's the Connect tab that a lot of artists hopes that this will bring back the old good fun MySpace days where you can connect to your artists. Artists just want to be loved. Even if they,
they're people too.
Yeah, and even if it won't bring them lots of money, a lot of artists hopes that the Connect tab, which is like a feed that you get news, pictures or thoughts, everything you want from the artist you want to follow. If you listen to an artist, the service will say, you can follow this artist, and then you'll get all sorts of stuff like he's your Facebook friend. And a lot of artists, especially small-time artists, indie artists, hopes that this is the way to connect to their fans and get them to listen to a lot of their music.
Last question, is it enough to make you leave Spotify?
No. The big problem with Apple Music, and I tried it last night, it has a music quality problem. It's it's definitely not as good as Spotify. It's especially not as good as Tidal, but Spotify for me now is the golden standard.
All right, we'll see what Apple does about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you ever wonder what goes on in Mark Zuckerberg's head? Well, lucky you. He just held a Q&A yesterday talking mostly about artificial intelligence. Yes, Facebook is smart despite what you might think. At the end of 2013, Facebook poached NYU's top deep learning professor, Jan LeCun, to head up a new AI lab in New York. It since opened another in Menlo Park at Facebook's HQ, and just this month added a Paris AI lab as well. So what is Facebook doing with all of its AI research? Zuckerberg said most of our AI research is focused on understanding the meaning of what people share. Here's Jan LeCun explaining his work. Very interesting stuff.
So this is a real-time demo of object recognition. It's a convolutional neural network, but it runs on a laptop in real time. And 10 times per second, we can tell you what object is in the image. Neuroscientists tell us that a pretty big part of our visual system is actually just devoted to recognizing faces. So facial recognition is a subfield of computer vision, essentially. So it's a particularly interesting problem within computer vision. And it's special because there's nothing that look more like each other than two faces. And there are a lot of people that look like each other. So recognizing faces, discriminating faces from each other is very, very difficult. We show two faces of the same person, perhaps at different times or different poses, or wearing glasses, not glasses, etc. And we tell the system whatever output you produce, they should be similar for those two images because they are images of the same person. And then we show also pairs of images of different people, and we tell the system produce different outputs for them. And then we can figure out how similar are two objects according to the machine. So we can run lots and lots of images through the machine and then try to lay out, are those two images similar or not? If they're similar, we're going to put them next to each other. And if they are not similar, we're going to put them far away from each other.
Pretty amazing stuff. Greece is not alone. Sony also has a money problem. Nothing big, don't worry, but they still want to launch their crazy, crazy project. So instead of just producing their crazy products and hoping for the best, they found a new method. The Japanese tech giant has launched a new crowdfunding platform designed to find and finance projects developed by Sony employees. The platform, called First Flight, is part of an effort by Sony to promote new business ideas as it tries to drive itself back to profitability. profitability. First Flight currently offers pre-orders for 2 Sony-affiliated projects, the MASH Smart DIY Kit and the FES E-Ink Watch, which you can now see on your screens. Unfortunately for us, all these products, including the FES Watch, are only available to Japanese consumers. Now, take a look at that watch and tell me you don't want to be Japanese. You know what? We've been promised jetpacks for so long that one science writer actually wrote a book entitled "Where's My Jetpack?" Well, here it is. Next year, the first proper commercially available jetpack goes on sale. New Zealand aircraft company Martin has announced it will actually start selling commercial jetpacks for a price of $150,000 a piece. The firm says the jetpack, which uses vertical takeoff and landing, can land on rooftops, even with antennas and wires around, and fly into tightly confined areas, making it a practical alternative to traditional helicopters. How cool is that? Very cool. Expensive cool. But I still want one. Now, from Pacific Rim to Transformers, sci-fi fans have long had a love affair with the spectacle of gigantic robots locked in battle, and that dream is closer than ever to reality after an American company issued a challenge to a Japanese rival. Megabots has offered to match their piloted huge robot, the Megabot MK2, against Sudobashi Industries' robot, the Koratas. The battle royale will be the first of its kind in the world. Co-founder of Megabots told Engadget that they are bringing video games and science fiction to life in the form of internally piloted giant fighting robots. Here is the American invitation for the battle. Still haven't heard anything from Japan. Big guns.
Meet the Mark II, 12,000 pounds of gasoline-powered fury. She's piloted by a team of 2 and can fire 3-pound paint cannonballs at speeds of over 100 miles an hour.
But the Mark II isn't the first giant fighting robot in the world. Sudobashi Heavy Industries beat us to the punch with the Kuratas, a 9,000-pound single-seater giant fighting robot with twin Gatling guns, a hyper-advanced targeting system, and a full heads-up display.
Sudobashi, we have a giant robot, you have a giant robot. You know it needs to happen. We challenge you to a duel. Both of our robots will need modifications to become combat ready. Prepare yourselves and name the battlefield. In 1 year, we fight.
My money's on Godzilla, for sure. And to wrap up the show with the hottest viral video of the moment, Jurassic World is the biggest movie in the world these days. And of course, there are a lot of parodies, like this next one, which imagines the park in a whole different way with weenie dogs. Scary stuff.
It's not about control. Stand down. It's a relationship based on respect. These animals are thinking, I gotta eat.
She was designed to be bigger than the T-Rex.
What happened to the sibling?
She ate it. We have an asset out of containment.
Here's another one. College humor just jumped on the Jurassic wagon as they imagine the original Jurassic Park movie in different geological eras. Conclusion, Jurassic era rules.
Oh my God. Ellie!
They're magnificent.
My dear Dr. Grant, welcome to Devonian Park.
What are they doing?
Feeding them.
These sea stars are ruthless, all right? They can strip the plankton off that cow in as little as 7, even 6 days.
Oh, no.
What is that? Early single-cellular protista! Run! They may also possibly be early jellyfish. Scientists are undecided!
That's it from us for today. I hope you enjoyed our show. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of The Tube, and look us up online at i24news.tv. And always remember what Steve Martin said. A day without sunshine is like, you know, night. See you tomorrow.